Hello there.
Hi, darlings. How are you? Long
I'm
time.
good. Well, so let me just rattle off a few of your credits. So, for those of you who have not met Derrell Bullock, this is the one and only, um,
One
and
and only.
one and only uniqueness all around. So, I met you a long time ago, but for those of you who don't have the breadth of knowledge of what he has done, so from dancing for Madonna, choreographing for So You Think You Can Dance with Nappy Tabs, and just everyone under the sun, from Beyonce to, America's Got, or is not, is it America's Got Talent? It's
I actually did a piece on America's Got Talent.
Yes. So
Yeah.
just across the board, been there on the creative direction and choreographing side, but also on the performing side with, you know, the Madam M,
Yeah.
which beyond that there is no other, and then also teaching for Edge and Broadway Dance Center and T. Millie, and doing all these things. So you have so many things under your belt, and I want to just go into how this whole pandemic and social uprising and all this has either affected you in either like, let's just push forward and like go online, or hold back and wait a minute. Like, how did you navigate the whole thing?
When it first hit, my initial reaction was to jump online because I felt like I was like, okay, I need to jump on here. I need to help contribute and do all of that. But as things began to move, I kind of wanted to take a step back and
Mm-hmm.
really assess like how I want to be a part of this, like my way. And,
Yeah.
do I want to teach on IG Live? Do I want to do a Zoom and all of those things? And it's been kind of a journey because while I genuinely want to be there for my students and continue to educate them and teach them, I still, as a creative, look at it on my standpoint. I'm like, I don't really feel this. Like, I want to be in the
Yeah.
room with you guys. Like, I want to actually like dance with you, feel that energy, and help give you corrections versus me talking to a phone and hope that you're even there paying attention. So it's
Right.
kind of been that disconnect, which has been a little bit disappointing, but I still have been trying my best to stick with it and
Yeah.
participate. So I haven't been on like every week and doing things all
Mm-hmm.
the time. I just try to now make it so that when I do log on or if I do teach online, I have figured all the loopholes and things out to make sure that it's a great experience for my students and it's not just something to do.
Yeah. Well, and you have so many things that you've already done, from the performance side, but also like you've been a model, in magazines. So how do you find
In my thinner
navigating?
days,
I
I'm just
know,
playing no.
whatever. I'm putting on the quarantine 15, so
I
I'm right there with
wish.
you. Well, so what do you see as far as like, how do you best connect while we're in home, kind of in this like weird space? Like, are you jumping on the phone again? Like, hey, just like go random that way? Are you DMing people? Like, how do you stay connected to the people that you talk to the most?
I do FaceTime my friends a lot. Like my friends and I, we do spend a lot more time on FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
The texting, I used to be a very heavy texter. I'm like, don't call me. But now because of this situation and I don't actually get to see them, we spend more time on FaceTime because a lot of my friends are still in California. So, you know,
Like
I
me.
try to get on.
Where are you right now? I didn't even know
I'm
you were
actually on
here.
the East Coast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast right now during all of this, down in Maryland, where I'm originally from.
Okay.
So I'm over here chilling with family and stuff. So yeah, I get on FaceTime a lot to stay connected, and I also FaceTime a lot of the kids that I mentor and stuff like that because I don't get to physically talk to them in person after classes and all that stuff. So I've been more of a FaceTimer now,
Yeah.
if anything. And I do DM a lot with my friends. We kind of send each other videos just to stay connected, but I try not to spend most of my time on Instagram talking to them that way because I'm like, if I can DM you, I can text you. So,
That's
you know,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, so where do you see this whole platform going, as far as some studios have reopened,
Hmm.
and are doing kind of in class, or sorry, in person version. They're doing the online version, and then they're doing like hybrid classes. So where do you see yourself fitting in? Like, are you wanting to kind of do a hybrid class and feel like you're dedicating some attention to who's in the room and then dedicating to that camera, or how do you feel about that?
I'm not opposed to a hybrid class. I actually think that's a a great idea. I think that with all of this is whatever is going to be the safest way for everyone health wise. I'm all for it. I'm not just about teaching just to teach, because then you kind of it to me it just defeats the purpose, because then you're not really learning an environment if we're just doing it just to do it, So I'm hoping that there's a way where the hybrid classes can work and all of this, for places that are having a heavy uprise with the cases, and you can't have large groups. So if you still have to use online to be able to still teach more people, then so be it. But I'm not just going to jump on a bandwagon of going to teach a hybrid class or teaching online just because it's the thing to do, because then that takes away from the actual purpose of why I'm teaching you. I don't want to just be in there just to be in there.
Yeah. And what would you say is your teaching philosophy? Like what are your the values that you bring to your classes?
When you come into a class with me, my ultimate thing for you is to come in here and just want to be great. Like, you should come in and want to learn. Don't come to my classrooms for the steps.
Mm-hmm.
I have always said that the steps are subjective. Like, that's not the training that you're coming into my room for. So when you step into a room with me or any type of classroom setting with me, have the mentality in the back of your mind that I'm here to just be great. I'm here to train, and I'm here to grow from wherever I'm at. Because you can always learn something. Even if you're great at picking up steps, maybe your stamina is off. If you have stamina and you can pick up steps, maybe you need to learn how to perform those steps. You know what I mean? So there's always something to be worked on. So I just want people, whenever they train with me or with anybody, to just come in as a blank canvas and be willing to learn. If you already know what you're doing, then what's the purpose?
Well, you make me want to pull up because you got this good posture going on. I'm like, well, so what exactly have you not done that you want to do? Like, what's on that bucket list of yours? Like, let's say that there's no pandemic, there's no, crazy, election year going on. Like, what is on your to-do list?
There's a lot of stuff that I would still want to do. I want to hopefully graduate into being a creative director one day, but there's still things on the ground level that I have to learn as a choreographer. I want to do industrials, like choreographing those. I want to fully like artist develop an artist one day. I don't know. Like, I want to choreograph for everybody that I've danced for. I want to do more commercials. Yeah, I just want to keep growing as an artist in any possible way I can. I know I've danced for many people, and I know I've had great choreography opportunities, but I still feel like there were things during that time that I didn't quite learn, that I would love to still go back to and experience again, so that I could learn more about the craft and just perfect my craft as I go along.
Yeah. Well, on the industrials, I did some Nike industrials with Marlene Clayman. You have to connect with her
Oh, I
because
would love
those are
to.
so much fun.
They are.
And then huh?
No, I said they are. Like, I got to do one
Yeah.
for L'Oreal, and it was amazing. And that's when I got the bug, and I was like, wait, I want to actually create for these. Like, these are so fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you an email and connect. And I know that Kat Napolitano, or yes, Napolitano, I just interviewed, and she does a ton of stuff in Vegas. And so that's like industrial capital. I will connect you. Hopefully, you guys can work together. But I think that just knowing that you have things that you haven't done, do you ever get nervous again, like putting yourself out there, like, hey, I've never done this, but I have all this experience?
I'm nervous every time, even when I still dance, even when I teach, I'm still nervous. I'm always nervous.
Yeah.
And someone told me a long time ago that an artist that I work with, and her name was Anne, that when you're nervous, it means you care. And so I embrace my nerves, but whenever I'm not nervous, I kind of check myself. I'm like, why are you too comfortable here? But I'm nervous right before I teach, right before I dance, right before I choreograph anything. It's just, I always want the people to see not just how can I put it, just the whole visual of it, but feel it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that nerve is just like, do you feel what I'm doing? Like, do you get it? So yeah.
What's your mood today? Like, you know how people put on, you know, I've seen you put on some real stylish photos on Instagram. You're like, this is my mood. So what is your mood in this pandemic time? Has it forced you inside and been more creative, or is it kind of like scattered everywhere and you're just trying to like find a focus? Like where do you fit there?
Recently, for the past few weeks, my constant mood has just been a state of gratitude. My even though, you know, all that's going on, I've tried to just continue to ground myself in gratitude, because when I think about the pandemic and people out there losing their homes, their jobs, and all of that, and I sit back, and yes, I can get upset or sad and all these things, but then I have to like center myself and be like, okay, Derrell, but you have a roof over your head, you have food in your stomach, you know. So I try to just stay in a place of gratitude and present that every single day now. I do get sad every now and then when I do get online and I see certain things, or I do get happy when I see my friends are still succeeding during a pandemic. But through all of it, I just want to keep grounded in gratitude every single day.
Which is a good way to end our conversation, that everyone can just stay in that mood of gratitude and hopefully keep creating. How can people find you? What's the best way? Where do you live the most online?
Oh, well, mostly I'm on IG. I don't scatter too much online anymore. I try to center my place to one. So Instagram is, if you do find me online, Instagram is the best place. I don't tend to go to Facebook anymore, just because of all the issues that they have with like security and, you know, drama and stuff. So, but I'm mostly on Facebook. I do have a YouTube that I try to update every now and then. I have some stuff that I put on there, so you can find me there, but everything is my name, just so everybody knows. I am not DB26534. Never. If you ever want to find me, my name is it. That's me, my brand. I love my name, and my name is everywhere. So
yes. Well, I wonder who DB26.
but no, but you know how people, they have these names online. It's like, well, how do I find you? Oh, I'm Supergirl 324. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, but my name is everything. My Facebook, my YouTube, my Instagram, my Twitter, everything is my name.
Well, it's all about being consistent, and then when you're marketing yourself, if everybody can find you, then you're going to have more traffic. So that's a good lesson to be learned for everybody out there. So Derrell Bullock, thank you so much for joining me today, and
thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I'll be talking to you. I'll send you an email, and I'll definitely put all your links on there so people can find you as well. Okay.
But also, I just wanted to let everybody know, anybody that's listening, I will be teaching Zooms really, really soon. I did want to first figure out the platform for myself, because, you know, there were bugs about like music, the lag, and all of those things. So I've done some trial Zooms. I'm going to now be moving my classes from the IG Lives to Zoom. So I'll actually be able to see the dancers that I'm working with. So it's, at least I'll be able to connect more that way. So just look out for that for anybody who wants to take my class. I will be teaching on Zooms very, very soon.
Yes, and one of the things that someone told me about Zoom is that, I think it was during our conference, Rhapsody, I think she was taking people into separate groups on Zoom, because you can put people into different rooms to kind of do their thing and then come back. So, I mean, it's definitely, it's all changing.
Yeah.
So we are all on this learning curve, but I really appreciate you taking the time, and tell your family I said hi, and stay safe and healthy out there.
Yes, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.